I want a bullshit sign.
You love saying that to me, Auntie.
Because you're talking pure bullshit. You just turned around and said that. No, hang on. This is my point of view from what you said, right? Men and women can be friends. Right? You've got male friends. They're not going to come out the friend zone. They're going to stay in the friend zone because that's the way you are. But if by chance now that you decide that you're getting old and that you want a child, you're going to handpick the best male out of all of your friends to have a child with, then to separate. That's selfish bullshit. Because now you're going to turn around and say that is selfish bullshit because you're not even thinking about the child. You're just being selfish. You might as well go to one of them sperm banks and get a child from a sperm bank or get IVF because you're going out there and you're deliberately choosing to put a child, I'm not a stat person, at a disadvantage as a single person on purpose.
Am I?
You just said it.
She didn't say that.
No, but she didn't say that. Hold on. She didn't say anything about single parenting.
Hang on a minute. Let me finish. She just said, right, you can rewind it later on. She just said that she will go out there, she will get one of her friends, she will have a child because she don't believe in all this happy relationship, love forever after, that she will have a child with one of the men that she has handpicked, one of her friends, and then she will separate.
A genetically
fit man. But you're going to be an old dog by then and nobody's going to breed you. Because your eggs are going. You're 30.
I got 5 years.
Hang on a minute. You're 30. You're saying you've got 5 years, but has your body got 5 years? Because you're not a biologist and you can't tell.
I know how to take care of myself.
She just said that she was going to go out there and that is why Pearl asked you, isn't that selfish or why are you going out there and deliberately deciding to have a child as a single parent?
What would you rather?
I'd rather you shut your legs and don't have no children.
Auntie.
If you can't be in a healthy relationship with a man and woman together, getting on well, to raise a child together, and you're deliberately going out there and choosing to have a child as a single parent, shut your legs.
That's not what I said.
That's not what she said.
That's not what I said. This is why I'm like, I need a sign that says bullshit back to Auntie.
What did you say?
Because what I said is I would rather have a child with two parents in separate homes than to have them under one home in a toxic situation.
But how are you going to get
my
that
child?
Don't
my
change
child.
it. You're changing it.
I'm not changing it. That is what I said.
That is what I questioned you.
Janava. You said, but I'm saying you didn't even try to have the relationship with the friend.
Because I don't need to be in a relationship.
Okay, but that's Auntie's whole point. Yeah. Is you're picking, listen, okay? You're picking to be a single parent without even trying.
No.
It's one thing, okay, to be in love and then you guys can't work it out and then later. I mean, I still think you should work it out. That's a whole nother conversation, but that's a separate situation than going in and saying, you know what, I don't think I can get along with a man, but because I want a kid, I'm going to raise him in a situation where they're in two separate houses, which we know isn't good for the kids.
Okay.
Because otherwise it's going to be toxic. Like why is it's going to be a toxic situation? Like
so
why can't
it
why can't it just be that you try to get along with the guy friend?
It's the same thing that Nick Cannon is doing, isn't it? He's having babies.
You're not Nick Cannon.
Wait. Let me finish. Let me land. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Nick Cannon understood that the most important thing is not the fact that the parents need to be together, is how much you can provide for the child. And that's why I said I want somebody that I get on with, so that actually when I do have a kid, it's co-parenting in the healthiest of ways.
So you want to be a sister wife? You want to be a sister wife?
Is that what you call them?
Yeah, like if there's a man who's a high value alpha man, and he breeds, I don't know, 6, 7 women. You want to be a man who's a concubine. It's a woman who's a concubine to a very high value man.
I'm explaining.
That's Nick Cannon, isn't it?
That's Nick Cannon.
I'm explaining Nick Cannon because he's a parent that is not present in every single household.
And he's probably not a good father because how you possibly a good present father for all of those 6 children when you're not in a present home?
Okay, now let's hone it onto my example. I'm not saying that I'm going to be with a man that has 1 million children. I can have all of his kids. It's okay. And what we do is we together as people, we now know that we've come together to bring life and to make sure that life grows healthily. It's not about me and you, because normally the issue that people have is that they make it about their relationship and then who suffers is the kid.
Janava, let me just get this straight. Okay, I just want to clarify. You think the best situation for a kid is to find a friend and then raise that kid in 2 separate homes, rather than maybe find a friend and think, maybe I can make this guy my husband and learn to get along with a man and raise the kid under a house with 2 parents and not make it toxic and make it your mission to have a happy, healthy home.
So I listen, I've got to this point of understanding what I actually need in my life. And I understand that I need space because I don't have the mental capacity to trust somebody who I don't know the ins and outs of.
Maybe you don't have the mental capacity
to have a
in
child.
General.
Denelva, if you go into things with fear, there's no future. Yeah. So it's like if you're constantly...
Baby, come change my mind, dear future husband.
Denelva, like if you're constantly thinking, what's the worst thing that can happen? It's going to be toxic. Like a good man who would treat you right is going to be scared off because he's getting this girl that's saying, well, I don't know every part of you. How can I trust you? And so the guy that actually would treat you right and be a good dad is going to be scared off by that.
Oh, okay.
And another thing as well, I feel like women always...
This is one of the reasons why I've always said to men, right? Don't listen to what women say.
Amen.
Watch what they do. There's a difference, okay? Because this woman, Denalva, will come on the show and say, yeah, but, it's a friend zone. Man's not coming out. He's not coming out the friend zone.
10 years later.
What's she going to do 10 years later?
And another
Watch what women do.
Can I just
not listen to what they say?
I want to add something quickly. I feel like we are going into these situations with these high expectations of, I need to know somebody 100%. You're never going to know somebody's ins and out 100%. We don't even know ourselves 100%. Like the process of like the individuation process, we are forever learning. People are forever changing. So that fear of like, I can't go into the situation and not trust somebody, just get rid of that. Do you get it?
No.
I know you're trying to safeguard yourself, and I understand when you first said about the fact that traditional companionship is a bit dated in this modern day, but it is possible. So like, just don't like. Do you get it? Like, give yourself
I understand
hope.
that, but let me tell you something. Yeah, the more I open my eyes up to the world around me, is the more that I understand everybody's quite messed up in their own ways.
Yeah, but you're always going to feel pain.
That's
no matter
okay.
What path
That's
you
all right.
pick.
But I would rather feel pain where I can actually deal with it better than to have to feel pain from someone else whose actions I cannot control.
Is that what you really want?
Can we do some sign language? Who hurt you?
From whose actions she
hurt you?
Did you hear what she
The whole
said?
world is hurting.
Did you hear
I'm
what
not
she
gonna
said?
lie. The world is a very ugly place. I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of
What
love.
did you
That's
say,
all I gotta
Aunty?
give.
The last thing she said was from somebody she can't control. That is your problem.
No, whose actions I can't control, which
Why
means...
would you can't control
anyone?
Why would you want to get a man and control him?
Which means
you
that
need to control yourself.
Listen, and I do. And that's why I said I would rather be in a situation where I can control myself and not have to be always influenced or hurt by
why
other
wouldn't you
people's
just not
actions.
have... If you want to make life about you and what you want, don't have kids.
But it's not about me and what I want.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It is.
Listen.
Denalva.
No.
Denalva, wait. Okay, if you're putting your feelings above the kid... So if you're saying, because I don't want to get along with a man, that I can't control his actions, your words, okay. So because you're putting your feelings above what's best for a child. So if that's what you want to do, then why would you have a child?
Okay, I'll repeat exactly what I said again. As a woman, I am very nurturing, and I would be a great mother. I know that. I don't need anyone to tell me this or not, because none of you actually know me in my private life, in my personal life. Which means that...
Yes, I do.
Wait. No, you don't actually. You don't. You actually don't. You actually don't. You really don't know what I do on a daily basis. And that's why I say, for me, I am thinking of the child, because I would rather have a very healthy relationship with somebody that I have a child with that is not based on possession or having to try and get on. I don't want to have to do that, because the friction is going to go on the kids. So instead, my main focus will be on keeping myself happy so I can give the best that I am to my child.
But does that child need 2 parents?
Yeah, and they'll have 2 parents. I'm not going to take the child away from the father.
Do you understand?
We'll
and the thing is, we've spoken about this on the show on multiple occasions, that you put your child at every statistical disadvantage when you choose to become a single mother.
I'm not choosing to become a single mother.
Now, hang on, but you're choosing to raise a child in a household without a man.
Okay,
right?
yes.
So your child is more likely to be homeless. Your child is more likely to go to prison. Your child is more likely to have mental issues. Your child is more likely to be an angry rapist. He's more likely to be in a gang. He or she.
No,
hang on. Children that come from single parent households, specifically single mother households, are subject to all of those things.
Okay.
And it can range from 60% of the children.
You need more detail to my story then.
To 80% of the children.
Because what you're saying, you're just generalizing.
But the fact that you would choose that
I would choose
shows how selfish you are.
Hang on a minute. Can I just